Well, thank you for joining us here on Wilderness Weather. I'm meteorologist Thomas Gathright here on the afternoon of April 1st, 2025. We've got a severe weather risk today, and at the moment, what we have is a wind advisory, and winds are moving up out of the south at 20 to 30 miles an hour, and with gusts up to 45 potential today as well. And these winds are bringing up a lot of warm, humid air up out of the south. We had dew points in the 40s this morning and 50s now, and we'll probably reach the low to mid 60s by the time these severe storms get here. And dew points is a measure of humidity levels. And my meteorology professor Dave Carroll used to always say that if you wake up in the morning on severe weather potential today, you got the windows on the south side of your house are rattling. You've certainly got a potential for some stronger potential for severe weather that day, just because the warm, humid air being pumped out of the south really contributes to the risk. So I don't want to make this video too long. I've made a few takes here just because I want to get as much information in as possible, but I don't want to just rattle on for a little while. But we have a setup today in which we're going to have 2 rounds of storms possible, but very different setups. The first round is lower probability to happen, but if it does happen, the risk is pretty high for some supercells, which are these storms that produce tornadoes. A lot of times just tracking on their own, especially if we just get 1 or 2 that develop, they can really work with this warm, moist air that we have moving in from the south. And then the second round we have, it'll probably just end up being one of those overnight storm systems, but it'll probably be between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. and you've got those storms will probably just work into a line. You've got definitely damaging winds, risk, and hail, and certainly a tornado can't be ruled out with those. But definitely a higher probability of that one happening, but the risk is probably lower. So you get between 4 and 10 p.m. we got a lower probability, but if a storm does develop, it could go pretty crazy. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned during that time. And then later on, we have a higher potential of storms developing, but just the ceiling just isn't as high as the storms will probably line out. But certainly you'll want to stay tuned during that time as well. We'll be keeping you up to date. If a tornado watch is issued, I will probably make a shorter video, but we'll keep you up to date on there. But definitely large hail is possible with any of these storms. That's kind of a bigger threat today, a bigger hail threat today than what we've had in a little while. And the tornado risk, especially with these first rounds, could be pretty high as well. Now we have like I said, the potential is a little lower at the beginning, but the risk is higher during that first segment. So, stay tuned, and thanks, and have a great and safe evening.